Hi there. Hello. Hello. Hi there. Hello. Hello. One, two, three. Let's try here. Turn it on. Okay, yeah, I can hear. This is good now. Okay, so I'm not sure who's there. Let's start the class because I scheduled for 10 a.m. and so 10 a.m. is the Toronto time, and so let's get this started. This is just an experiment class, and I want to see how it goes. Somebody can benefit from this class. So let me get my sketchbook turn. All right. Let's start with as I planned, I'm gonna be doing this half drawing and sketching and half watercolor. So today is the first class, and I would just go and just do the basic stuff, not just touch up with the drawing and sketching and about the watercolor. So let's start my sketchbook. Where is this? Here. Okay. So there you go. There's my sketchbook. Go closer. So I'll start with the basic sketching rules. So anytime I always teach in my classes that you have to stick with the basic rules first, and then you move on to the next level. So the first rule, which I suggest to everyone in my classes, to my students, is you have to have some control on your sketching and drawing skills. Otherwise, what happened, it would be a little bit uh, trouble when you getting advanced with the other stuff. Let's say I don't know how to draw a proper circle with the pencil and I don't know how to hold the pencil. Then if you go from here to the watercolor and you able to do a perfect washes, how to control the drying time. I'm sorry, I just want to, I'm talking about the little bit more about the watercolor, but just briefly, I'm going to explain where the problem is. So if you go here, you know how to mix color, how to work in the wet into wet, and how to preserve the transparency in watercolor, all that stuff. If you are get a good command, which is is a practice actually, you have to practice, and more you practice, more you get your skills get refined in watercolor. So I would just before you get there, the watercolor, or I would say acrylic, or oil, even oil, if your basic foundation is not right, which is the, again, if you cannot sketch properly, you don't know how the light works, how to compose your drawing, sketch, or painting, whatever, or how to control the proportion in your painting, drawing, or sketch. Then these three things, the sketching skills, the light, how to control the light, and the proportion. So if you have to have very good knowledge and you have to have a very good control before you get to any other next level. That's what I tell everyone, which is the most important. Now, from here on, if you go, now I would go from here, once you have sketching skills built up, you know how to control the light, how to control the proportion on your painting, drawing, a sketch, and there's another thing I forgot actually. It's it's how you uh, how you control, actually how you do the texture, which is pretty much, it goes here where the light, well, as soon as you start talking about the light, you're talking about the texture also. So these two are related each other pretty much, light and the texture. So again, it depends what kind of texture you want to use. You can use stipples, you can use the cross edge, you can use just smudging, just the side of the pencil, right? And you can smudge with your finger, or you can use a stomp, or to smudge, or even you can use a Q-tip to just smudge your texture or shading or whatever you call. I would call texture. So now from here, so I this is the basic thing. Like from here, step number one and step number two. Step number one has how to sketch. I'm just repeating myself over and over because this is very important part, right? Light, proportion. How, I mean, proportion means like how you size, how you compare the size of two objects in your painting. Let's say if a person is walking and there's a house or whatever, the car is coming beside him. So these, if you make the car too big, then it would be a problem. Like it it doesn't show very good. So you have to be uh, careful here. So if you making a car beside a person, then the car has to be so much, the size of the car would be, it has to be exactly what the size of the person. If the person is far, let's say he's not very close to the car, then there will be exception. Then he can be a smaller, which is, I'm talking about later in my classes, which is we're talking about the perspective. So I'm not talking about this right now. Otherwise, it can be confuse you. So let's keep this up to here right now for the today's class, and next class I will explain how the perspective works. But right now, you just imagine proportion. Let's see if I get an example of a portrait, right? So the eyes has to be so big, and the nose. So you controlling the proportion basically. The eye, if I make the eye too big, or if I make the nose too big, or mouth is small, then it it won't explain exactly what you try to do, right? It would be look doesn't look very good. So just put this way, And yeah, all right. So here we got basic. I talk about the now I'm gonna see I will explain how to sketch and how to control the light on certain objects. All right. So if I first I would just go and practice drawing circles. Like you just circle, maybe big circle, small circle, intersect these circles each other, maybe go here. Just basically this is your study actually. You know, you try you want to know how you control your pencil, you how to control the your sketch, and just keep going, just small circle over and over, maybe big circle, small circle, right? So once you have that skill developed and you know how to control your pencil, how to control your sketches, then you come back up to, let's say if I put a circle here, and you don't need to be very precise. You just go make a circle like this. If let's see that my lines are get double, so I'm okay. I mean, like I'm just practicing, right? So you just go. Now let's talk about a little bit about light, and I will go further from here. So if let's say if the light is coming from here, right, and this is just a shape. So this is a shape right now. This circle is a shape. So soon as you project the light on the circle from this side, and I would just go put some texture, some shading to it. Just go cover this up, and you have to know at this point how uh, actually here I'm going to try to explain few things along with how the light works on different objects, plus how the highlight works. I mean, it depends all on the shape of the object you try to draw here. So as you can see, I just shade the whole thing, very even shading. There's no dark, there's no light. I put just an even shade on the whole circle. And I left some white of the paper here just to keep the highlight later on. I can go and if I cover this, let's say if I cover this and just go all even, right? Now, the next thing is what I will do, I will just grab my pencil, like see that I have a mechanical pencil, and I will clean the eraser a little bit. The eraser kind of dirty. So, and what do? You just erase a little bit, and you got your highlight back. I mean, not as good the one that we had it before, but it's is there actually. Let me just try to erase more. There you go. So now what I will do, I will just create some shadows. So at this side of that the ball, I would say it's circle, and now that it's in the transition of become a art form. So soon as you put a light on it, and it becomes more like a 3D type of uh, shape. I wouldn't say shape. It become a art form. So let's give some other name to it. I would say sphere or ball or whatever. So see, I'm keep layering up the dark value and the other side of the ball. So it it feel like it. Let me go closer so you will know what I'm talking about. Actually, let's go closer. Okay, so now you can see it's getting something like a sphere or ball or something, because just on the two-dimensional paper, it's just very thin. As you can see, there's no dimension in the paper. It's just a two-dimensional paper, right? So now you create something, a 3D type of object, just tricking your brain, and put some texture and put some dark value, and now it's become a 3D. Now the other part is there will be a casting shadow. So if I go cast some shadow, because the light is coming from here, right? So I would go and put some dark value here, which is a casting shadow, and that shadow would be similar to the ball, but because it's you looking at from the side, right? It just, you're not looking at in the front or from the top, so it feel like it will be something like this. The shadow of this ball would be something like this, like not exactly sure, because you probably thinking, hey, moment is a sphere, it's a ball, but the shade, why the shade is like that? Because the angle, the viewing angle is different, looking at shadow as compared to the sphere, the ball, right? So that's why that shadow will be more like, I would say, I want to use some mathematical term here. It more look like an elliptical. Actually, it's a circle, right? I don't want to go too deep into it, otherwise you guys gonna get bored. But just for the information, this is a circle. If I squash this circle like this would be, this is the elliptical shape. So circle, elliptical shape. So now this shadow is like a semi-elliptical, like a half elliptical. If I extend this, which, you know what, let's forget about this, because this otherwise it will be more confusing. Just keep in the shadow will be more like not exactly what it looks like, because our viewing angle, we're looking from here, the light is coming from here. That's why the shadow appears differently to our eyes as compared to the sphere. Now you can see, as in just few minutes I create something which is it looked like a 3D shape, and just perform a circle. Let's say, let me put a circle here. I put a circle, right? And now I'm assuming the light is coming from here, from this side. So what I would do this time, I'm not gonna erase it. I just keep it the white of the paper, which is much better than erasing. So here, if the light is coming from the top, so the effect of the light on that the sphere or ball, it would be different now. I'm going to talk about a few more things here. Just let's understand this, how the light uh, changes the, like how the light works with different objects. Now I shade. Now the shadow would be around, you see that the edge of the circle is here, the edge of the circle is here, so that shadow will be limited to a certain extent where the ball or the sphere size is. So it's not gonna go beyond that. In this case, because the light was coming from here, so the shadow will extend a little bit more here, and it becomes like a half elliptical. Now in this case, look at this. Now it is a full elliptical. Not, I mean exactly. So that's how the shadow will work here in this scenario. If the light is projecting on this sphere or ball, whatever. So that's how the light works on the different. Now this is just one example, right? If I go and erect a square, just a proper square you erect. And if I make a box, let's put another square on the top for the side. Actually, you have to practice this also. This is another important. After this, when you done with the circle and shading, and try different direction of the light, not just from the side, from the top. Maybe bring the light from here, bring the light from here, and try to create different, different different way how the light works on the ball or sphere. Okay, so I got a box here. Now, if you maybe you were probably thinking that moment start with the uh, right away with this box shape. So just to let you know, very easy way to erect the box or construct the box. So you make a square, just make a square, and then you decide you put a one dot here, one dot here, one dot here, and just join these dots. You don't need to be very precise. Just join these dots and you see the box is ready. Basically, that's a simple way to understand how to. Uh, Circle is easy. Basically, you just put a circle, you put a shade, you put a highlight, and then you create, you project the light on it, and you see how the light works. That's so simple. But the box is a little bit more tricky. You have because it has all these eight one, two, three, four, five, six sides, eight sides. So what happened? It kind of a little bit challenging, right? So create the box as compare with the circle. So one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so anyway, let's put this way. If you make a box and then try to project the light on this box from either way, like from here, there on the top or side, and and see how the light works, right? On the box. So here I put a light here, so the front side of the box will be darker. The top will be lighter because some light are spilling on the top, but the side will be lighter because of the side more exposed to the light. Now the shadow will be something like this. I'm sorry, I'm just going on the other sketch. So you know what the idea is, right? So you just go make a shadow and it feel like a 3D shape instead of there was no light before. So now here, let's go further. I want to move. Let's draw something else. So we talk about the circle, how to control the light, how to draw a circle. Please just keep drawing and see how you control your sketching skills. Like just keep drawing the circle. One, like I said again and again, I tell my students in the class all the time, is draw circle is not actually it's not very difficult. Once you have more control on that type of sketching skills, the basic, then you will see it'll become very easy for you to draw other objects like geometrical shape or organic shape. They all become easy. So let's go back. If I want to draw, let's say anything, let's a bottle or a fruit or something. So you have to now. If you any question about the light so far, I just want to get a question. I see there's two people online right now. If you have a question, please just write down in the chat box and I will try to answer that question. All right. So So far, you know how to sketch, how to control the light, and then the next thing is which I want to discuss how to texture. Basically, like I said, there's a stipples. You can do stipples with the texture. You can do cross edge, or you can do smudging, which I do in my sketches. I go quickly because this give you very quick results. You know, with the side of the pencil, as you can see, I'm holding the pencil like that with my two fingers, and I sharpen my pencil. This the lead is long enough. I can, if I put on the side, then I can just go and create a very big surface in very short amount of time. Is as compared to if I hold the pencil like this, and then I would just go and try to cover that with the point of my pencil. With the more paper, it won't allow me, although it works. But the thing is, it you have to use your pencil to give you very quick results. So let's say if I want to make a background of this ball here, so I just go with the side of my pencil, carefully just cut it out, and then you create a dark value here, like this. That's how you have to train yourself with the different situation where how big is the sketch, how small or how small it is. So it depends. Like if you're working on a big sheet and you are unable to draw something, you know, it takes a lot of time. If I go with the point of the pencil, try to fill this paper, a big sheet of paper with the very fine lines, it will take maybe more time, right? So if as compared to the side of the pencil, I can go really quickly and cover more area in very short amount of time, like that. Now let's talk about, since we are talking about the texture and everything. No, I broke my pencil. Anyway, let's get the my mechanical pencil. I use this mechanical pencil also. You don't need to sharpen these pencils, and the lead stay the same. It's a .7 millimeter clutch pencil, mechanical pencil. I have the leads in there, and as compared to the wooden pencil, it it doesn't work exactly as a wooden pencil, but it's you don't need to sharpen, and if the lead get breaks like I did on the other wooden pencil, so you just take it out, you just push it, and it will come out. As you can see now, I don't need that such a big lead, so I will just keep it smaller. So I don't want to break this again. Now from here, I want to discuss a few more things here. Since we're talking about the texture, I want to talk about the dark value and the light value. So that is another important extension to that texture, right? So if once you have working on the texture, you should understand. As you can see, the sphere has a dark value here because there's a less light getting in there. Actually, very less light, but soon as it get extended, as you can see, let me go a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, it's getting lighter and lighter. So what happened here is a dark value. That's what we use in the art term. It's a dark value here, and it fade away. Actually, it doesn't fade away because it's a solid mass, right? So it creating a shadow, but the shadow get lighter, 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 lighter here, and it that's how the dark value and the light value works. So let's say if I put a dark value, just pushing my pencil hard enough on the paper and slowly, gradually lift the pressure on the paper, and it get lighter, 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 lighter. So that's how the dark to light value works. Actually, there's a value scale chart, but I don't want to go there. It don't make things too complicated. Keep it simple. So just understand the dark value. If you push the pencil, this is the basic. Let me tell you, this is the HB 2B lead in there. So I I like to work with the 2B and HB. That is my most of my uh, study and drawing and sketching. I use the 2B and the HB lead. So if you push hard initially and you gradually lift the pressure off from the paper, so it'll become lighter, 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 and at certain point it will disappear. So that's what how you explain the dark value, and it goes to towards the light value. That's how the value chart works. The dark, the lightest, the lightest, lighter, 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 then they disappear. Okay, so if you have to know all these things, and this is what happened when you do more sketches and observe how uh, the light works on certain objects, then you will understand. Actually, eventually, you will know automatically that how much dark value you need under this ball, and how much value you need as the shadow extend up to here. So this is all about the practice. More you do practice, more you get your skills get refined. You will know like how the value chart works. Let's go zoom out. Okay, so now let's talk. We talk about the value chart. We talk about the how to control your sketches, your drawing skills by drawing simple objects, simple circles or squares or triangles. When you're sitting and you have a little bit spare time, just draw something like circles, triangles, squares, elliptical shape, like that. Keep going so your sketching skill will be refined. Now, at this point, as you can see, I was just explaining you, and something is coming up. Now, you have, I have a dark value here, light value here. So what do? You just go get into this textured area, erase this part with your eraser, and then you just go create a circle, and then you go put a shadow in there and create the shadow. Look at this. So you can do very small things, and you can see the result right away. Like you will know like what to do when you will see this skill actually when you go further in the watercolor or in the drawing and sketching. It very useful to erase some certain object. You can create something here. If I let's see, let me erase it. Just I want to show you. Please don't get confused. So I would just go create a figure here. Erase it. His hands, and I would just go create some shadow. Now I have a shape. Now I'm gonna turn it into art form. So here the head, maybe the eyes, the nose, the chin here. So there you go. Let me just select, get a closer look so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So just a just a textured area I create like that. Basically, it's called negative painting. So I don't want to go there, otherwise you'll get confused. So if I go erase it, erase, and then I put two spots here. Actually, I'm going to explain this the portrait drawing in the further classes. Is I'm just showing you how to create something out of the dark value. Erase it, and then you getting a nice sketch here of portrait sketching. So as you can see, I can create anything from this dark portion of it just by erasing, and you can do whatever you want. You can create flowers, you can do still life, you can create fruits. So there you go. And I will just go give some shadow, give him a, more like a 3D shape. The face structure, let's make the eyes more prominent. There you go. Let's give him some hair also. So there you go. That is so easy. There. Sorry, just let me move this here. Okay. So where were we? Actually, we were at the texture, and then I explained. Let me zoom out. Let's zoom out. So I explained the texture, and then the extension to the texture, the dark value and the light value, like here. All right. So let's see. We have 20 minutes left, and I want to touch a little bit watercolor also. And if you so let's keep this today up to here. Please, and one more. Let me introduce something else. Let's flip this page, and I want to explain something else also, so we can discuss this in a more advanced in the next class next Sunday. So every time you draw something, you have to go start with very small. Get a I would call thumbnails. So just go start with very small. Now, the reason being I'm saying start small because this will give you more control, and you learn how the light works, how to compose your painting, how to uh, how to create the texture and proportions. So that this is very important. So you have to go smaller sketches, very small scale sketches, not too big. So always start with the small sketches, and then you gradually, once you know your skills are getting more advanced, and you know how to control your proportion, how to texture, how to sketch, and how to control the light, then you can go and create a bigger shapes. I mean, bigger sketches or bigger paintings, whatever, right? So here, let me just draw quickly. I'm drawing something, so Maybe I can just finish this up quickly. I'm assuming the light is coming from here. Sorry, I don't have no reference, so I'm just sketching with my head because I draw this type of composition in a class so many times, and it just I know how to draw this. No reference required, but I will bring some reference in the next class so you can see what I am. You will know what type of reference I'm using and what would be the result. And I will simplify my reference. I don't copy exactly what they look like. So this is something I will explain in the next class so you guys will know what I'm talking about today. Now I'm assuming the light is coming from here, right? There's maybe a bulb here or lamp here, whatever, and the light is spilling from here. So as you can see, these bananas has a banana has a very distinct shape, right? It not round like a cucumber. It just has a little bit edge, like that. And if I make a shape of banana, it would be something like this. Edges go back, like this. Something. Actually, there's few more things I'm going to explain, which is the very basic about the drawing and sketching. So that's what the banana will look like. There you go. So I will just go create some shadow because I'm assuming the light is coming from here. The apple casting some shadow. Underneath, as I explained earlier on the previous page, that light will be darker and then it becomes lighter, and but it won't disappear. It just become lighter. That's it. And here, the orange casting some shadow, which is going on the apple. Actually, it goes here at the apple, and these bananas have casting some shadow, dark underneath. As you can see, I'm just see that I'm not using the cross edge. I'm not using the stipples. I'm just the lead of the pencil. It becomes like a small chisel, like a shape, something like this. That's how the my lead is look like. If you really take a close look at it, that's what. So I'm using that part of the lead to make it quicker and a little bit more bolder strokes like that. So more I drag my pencil sideways, more it becomes slanted, like see like that. So that lead is become like that. So if you go further, you turn your pencil toward the paper. It give you more kind of a give you more you know sharper the edge of the lead. So which allow you to create bigger shadow or texture in very short amount of time. So here, let's come back here. Actually, I'm going to talk about something else here, which is very important now since we are here at the full sketches here. Now, let me go a little bit closer so you will know what it's look like. The stem of the apple will be casting some light, will be blocking here. Now, some light I want to quickly add to this. If the light is coming here, right, from here, so some light will go beyond these and go to the surface where these fruits are sitting, and it bounce back. Actually, it bounce back to these fruits and creating a little bit light here, and this will be, I would call cross shadow. Actually, this is a cross shadow, and there's a light. Whatever the light is coming from here, I would call the proper word is the reflected light. So the reflected light, as you can see, it creates some kind of a drama here, and it just light here at the edge of the apple, and there's a cross shadow here because the shadow from here and the light from here is creating a little bit dark value. Since the shape of the apple is kind of almost not exactly round, but so that's why you see the cross line here. It's not going to happen on the box or any other shape, but this is because if this is more look like a circle or round shape, so that's why there's a cross light here. No, I mean, sorry, cross shadow, and there's a some reflected light also. Although the box would have a reflected light also, but probably it won't get that cross shadow. I will explain this later. Actually, once we go to the out of here and go to the other type of composition and other type of subject we're gonna choose. But for the time being, just stick with this. Now, as you can see, the my composition very simple. This orange in the back is helping this apple to create more contrast in the sketch. And these banana, this orange actually at the same time helping these bananas also become more contrast, more become more visible. So I'll just let me erase my draft here. Here, let's erase this so you would know. There you go. So this is the simplest way to understand the light, the texture, the shadow, the proportions, how big the bananas are, how big is the orange, how big is the apple, and the composition, like how you compose your subjects in your painting or in your sketch. You have to do very in a and you have to bring the harmony in your painting. You don't want to go and let me draw here. I'll put apple here in the front, then I would put bananas here in the back, and then I would put orange here. I mean, like it's okay, like to understand certain things, you can exaggerate, but just to learn the basic, and then you move on. You can exaggerate later. You can do whatever you want, but just stick to the basic rules first, and then you go and create your own style or your own imagination, whatever you wanna. You thinking that this not supposed, that shouldn't be that way. It should be this way. So that's okay for me. But for the time, for this sake of this class, this is the basic understanding of the light, the texture, the composition, and the proportion. Now, once you have this, I would just go, let me see how much time I have. Only 10 minutes left. So I would just go touch, actually touch some watercolor, right? So let's get my brush. I use this dagger brush most of the time, and I will explain later on in the other classes what type of brushes you need, what type of paper do you need, and then I will explain all the different washes and everything. Let's take this sketch and let's color it. So I have a water here. I'll get some cadmium red. Actually, I'm going to explain all the different colors and what they do when you mix them up. So if I go color this, Let's get the orange color because I can mix orange color, but for just a quick, I would just go use the straight from the tube, that orange color. Here, let's create the highlight. As you can see, I'm trying not to, it's like I'm sketching in it with watercolor. I'm working the drawing and sketches in watercolor. So because as you can see, it create very quickly something. It doesn't mean that it just because the dark value was there. As you can see, the orange are already coming, and it shows that it feel like it's an orange because the all the values I put it the dark value on the with my pencil. But now let's go get some gray color in my palette. Actually, I'm going to explain everything, how to mix colors and how to this is just today's class because I want to show you how these values work, how that composition and proportion work here. So I put some dark value. Now I'm going to pick up some cadmium red straight from the tube. I'm going to put some on the apple. Get the highlight. Keep that stump open. You don't want to paint over it. Actually, I'm going to explain everything, why I'm keeping this open. And you have to be a little bit careful. You don't want to get bump into the orange, otherwise this side of the apple will become very black. So here, and now let's erect these bananas. I will pick up some cadmium yellow straight from the tube, some water, and I will put that into these two bananas. Just careful, you don't want to spill this color into the orange. I can put in orange, it's not a problem. That become more kind of orangey because the red is there and orange color is there, so it becomes more. But as you can see, it become a little bit dull, and because of the cadmium yellow is a little bit opaque, is not a very transparent color. So here, let's get some gray color for the shadows. Let's put some underneath. So exactly what I'm doing, what I did with my pencil. So I'm basically I'm sketching here. Although this sketch was ready, but I am uh, exactly what I did with my pencil. And now I'm doing with a brush. Just because the draft is ready and I'm just putting a color in it doesn't mean that I'm not sketching. I'm sketching. It's still sketching. I'm careful with the shadows and everything. I'm making the shadow lighter as I did with the pencil. A little bit dark here underneath of the bananas is dark because there's less light is going. And I would put a little bit dark here at the where the orange creating some space between the apple and the orange. So here, let's put some dark value here underneath and some dark value here. So because of the shape of the orange here, let's get some, let's clean my brush. Next week, I will bring that camera on my desk fully so you can see how I'm picking up how much water and all that stuff. Let's put some dark color, mix it up with my yellow. I get a dark yellow color for the shadows. Some shadow here and some texture on the banana. Just put some stipples. It shows that they're ripe bananas. There you go. So that's it's so simple. Like it not. Let me zoom in so you know what I did here with the pencil and with watercolor. There you go. Now I still have 5 minutes, so I just go get some color from my palette from a previous, and I would just go put some in the background. Maybe I'll put some dark color in the background so it'll create more contrast to my sketch or drawing. Let's put some. I will explain how to control these background colors also, how to create more contrast to your painting. Here, let's get some blue color maybe, which is create a little bit more contrast to the painting or a sketch, I would say. Be careful, don't get into these fruits. We get some more blue color. Keep that stump, don't paint over it. Now I'll go here. Let's get some more blue color. I'm using and what type of palette I have. So you guys know I don't want to leave it a mystery for you guys. So, you'll be probably thinking what type of blue I use, what type of red I use. So I will show you my palette and I will exactly explain you how to mix colors, how to do the background. There you go. So here background is done. I would put where the dark value is, I would put more dark so it give you more contrast. You don't want to keep it light, so otherwise it will submerge with each other, right? So either the fruit has to be dark or the background has to be light, or the background has to be dark or the fruit has to be light. Okay, I think the stream is stopped. I don't know what happened. Let's see. I'll get some dark value here. All right, there you go. And I will just keep the surface a little bit. I would put a little bit yellow color. So since we are working on the whole drawing, whole painting, so the sketch, let's put some color. Any color that it explain, like this. They're sitting on some surface. Although a white was okay too. There you go. Now you see it's the same thing, actually same thing as you draw with the pencil or you draw with the colors. So if I go, let me just get away from this color sketch, and I move my palette here, I mean the paper here. If I go quickly, let me show you. Not it, no draft, no sketch involved, no reference. I'm just working with my head. I erect something quickly here and get some dark color. The shadows, the reflected light here. As you can see, I left some red color. There's a here, and then I'll take some water in my brush, some more red color, and then I create some shadow. So basically I'm sketching with watercolor, not with the pencil or whatever. It's just same thing, almost same thing, but with watercolor. Here, let's put some more dark value here, and then erect the apple. I lift up some color. I by mistake I put two black color here, so I would just lift it up, lift up more color for this reflected light, and let's get some green color. And I'm gonna erect a leaf here, create some more interest to my painting or sketch, whatever you call it. Here, there you go. Get some dark value, put it here, maybe some veins of the leaf. Get some lemon yellow here. There you go. So as you can see, no sketch. I didn't do any sketches or I didn't do any. Just I used my brush as a pencil right here, my dagger brush, and yeah. Now let's do another quick demo of a portrait. Here I put a shape first. What the person shape look like, face look like, the ears, and then I get a my gray color here under the chin, dark color. Then I take some cadmium red, mix it up with the orange color. Next week I'm gonna use the hair dryer also, so I'll show you how to properly do the watercolor. Today just show you what can you do with the brush and with the pencil also. Let's put some here. It's too much red color, you don't like it, you can lift it up, push it away. Get some more dark color. Go into more detail. If you want, you can go create more detail. A little bit shadow under the nose, the eye sockets. Lift it up a little bit color here. His face is seems like too chubby, so there you go. So as you can see, there's no sketch, no just straight from the brush, and you can create quick sketches and learn how to control the light. As you can see, I put some dark value here under the nose, the lips, the the lower lip, the eye sockets. The hair itself is dark, so it's okay. Here, the dark value under the earlobe, dark value here, and dark value under the chin. I'm assuming, actually, I was assuming the light is coming from the top right here. So that's how it shows. If you want to go and you said, okay, the light is coming from here, then it would be a different story. So what I would do if the light is coming from here, I would just put dark value here. That's what it changes. That's what it would be look like if I assume the light is coming from here. Let's get some more dark value here. And of course the reflected light. As you can see that this side of the face is lighter. So this is all reflected light. So light is coming from the background. It's hit the surface here and it goes back. Maybe from his shirt or maybe his clothing are lighter. So it's getting some reflected light, and this side of the face is a little bit lighter. And the cross shadow, as you can see, is darker here. So this is what become when the light is coming from here, right there. Okay, so I guess let's stop it. It's 10, 5 after 10. I would just stop the class here. I hope you guys enjoy the class today. And let me just, and I will put that next topic maybe tomorrow so you guys will know what will be we're discussing next week. Actually, I'm going to put a brief note and just go through with that. If you have any questions or any concern, you can show me your work. You can send me. You can email me. I will I will send me a message on my Instagram page. Let me put down my Instagram, or you can send me an email. But let me put my Instagram handle so you guys know. You can send me an email, and then we can chat over Instagram. Okay, let's put this here. I don't know how many of you want to write it down. Oops, this is a broken pencil. I use the same pencil. Here, another clutch pencil I have at Moments Art. There you go. This is the same hashtag with the YouTube, with the Instagram, with Facebook. If you want to check out my Facebook page, by all means, you can go there. You can send me a message there also on Facebook also. So this would be the Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Of course, you are here on the YouTube. So there you go. Please don't put your emails in the chat or exposed to the public. Just message me, and then I will send you back, reply you. You can send the work on the Instagram also. If you do any work, you want me to critique your work, I can go through with that next week, and we can discuss in the next class. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy the class. This is my YouTube's first class, so I was planning for so long. And yeah, we're gonna have fun next week. So see you until next week. Thank you so much for coming. I see there's 3 people in there. The 4 people in there. Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next week. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day.